Date Alive Season 5. Wow, what an absolutely amazing ride we have had with this season. I've got to say, as a fan of Date Alive, like a huge fan of Date Alive, I can safely say for the fans that this season has been one that has absolutely delivered on all fronts. I just remember the excitement going into this season. Season 5 was something that was just so amazing to see. There's not many anime out there that can make it to 5 seasons. It has to be a truly special show, and Date Alive is easily one of them. Obviously, I'm very biased when it comes to Date Alive, but you know, there's that. So there was a lot of hype. There was a lot of excitement for this one off of the back of Season 4 success, because, and I've always said this about Date Alive, then Date Alive is this trashy harem show, and we freaking love and adore it for being that, and it's always carried that with it. It's always stayed true to itself. But deep down below the surface, there is a very dark side to Date Alive, and it's actually got this very intricate and very haunting story beneath the surface. And we saw that, especially in Season 4, we started to see that side of it come out. And I've always been saying, you know, when this thing pops, it's going to absolutely pop. And Season 5 has done that for us. And it's been absolutely incredible in the way that it is done. So Date Alive Season 5 is adapting the light novel volumes 17, 18, and 19. And within these volumes, there is a lot of huge things. It's basically this kind of like huge war arc. There's a lot of massive reveals, and they have delivered this to us exceptionally. I think the word is for that. A lot of the light novels, I am a huge fan of the artwork that comes within these light novels, and some of these panels that are drawn out. I remember going into this season thinking, like, please do these justice. And a lot of the time, pretty much 10 out of 10, they've absolutely freaking nailed it. So that was one thing that was super exciting for me as a fan of Date Alive. And it was also amazing work by Geek Toys, who were at the reins for bringing the story of Date Alive Season 5 to life. And again, what an amazing job they've done. This was also kind of Date Alive history here as well, because Date Alive Season 5 was the first season where we had consecutive studio working on a season, if that makes sense. Basically, seasons 1, 2, and 3 were all done by different studios. You can definitely tell the different animation styles. And then Geek Toys came around for Season 4 after the huge success of Date a Bullet, which was visually so breathtaking, and they did an amazing job with Season 4. So they came back for Season 5, and I absolutely love that they came back, and they've absolutely smashed it. Absolutely, you know? But what Geek Toys have done is they have delivered what I deem is the greatest anime moment of the year with this clip.
好き好き大好き結婚しよう My honey.
This one moment here was delivered absolutely amazingly by Asami Seto and Alexis Tipton, the voice actresses for Kurumi here. And then we got the blushing Kurumi straight after that as well. Like, honestly, like, I'm gonna die happy, like, you know, knowing that I witnessed absolute peak with these moments. What a time to be alive. So as well as delivering us, which I'm deeming anime moment of the year, that absolute god tier moment, the early episodes of Season 5 had the big task of adapting arguably Volume 17's biggest part, which was the true identity, the reveal of who and what Shido Itsuka really is, and the backstory with him, Mana, and Mio Takamiya. And I've got to say, those episodes were absolutely freaking beautiful. They were breathtaking, and as somebody that holds this series near and dear, those episodes really did like hit me, and they made me feel something, which was just so incredibly well done. I really hope those of you that are new to Date Alive in terms of not knowing what the light novel is, you anime only, I hope you really kind of like felt that part and saw it and thought, oh my god, yeah, wow, this, like, okay, Date Alive, you've got something going. You've got a big thing going on here beneath the surface, because I think they just adapted that so well. Of course, we had a lot more of the battle scenes kind of going on with the, you know, DEM and Ratatsuka, and I think like another probably key moment in this like Volume 17's adaptation was Shido against the Nibblecoals, right? Like, we've seen like the spirits like with their like spirit power, and they've got like amazing abilities, and Shido Shido really, especially like season 4, Shido has really come into his own in terms of his ability to use some of the powers that he has sealed from the spirits. But his biggest play, his biggest Chad moment ever came with the Nibblecoals and like the kissing power. Like, what did you guys think of that? Like Chad energy, absolute Chad energy. I absolutely love that. Season 5, one of my favorite things about it is that we've finally gotten rid of the 7 episode rule, which means, you know, I think season 1 through 3, it was always, you didn't see Kurumi until to episode 7. As someone who is obviously a massive fan of Kurumi Tokusaki, it was so freaking nice to have her in there from the very first episode. And I know we had that in season 4 as well, but with season 5, she was in from the first episode and she was super extremely relevant in that first episode. The end of season 4 with her backstory and like just how much that changes like your perception of her character and what she's all about, and just to have her straight in, absolutely amazing. Obviously they had to because they're adapting like the story here. I've got to touch on it at the moment with the clone, the sacrifice, bro. That was deep. That was deep, and they adapted that so well. That was emotional. Obviously, if I am a huge Kurumi Tokusaki fan, and I'm ride or die for her. Probably top 5 biggest simps for her ever. Maybe in the world, I don't know, maybe even top 3, I don't know. But either way, yeah, that was a huge moment in volume 17. And what I like from the end of season 4 with, you know, Kurumi's arc going forward, I feel like she still has that kind of mystery to her, that unpredictability, but you're seeing the more human side of Kurumi as we're going along. And I think that moment there was another one that really humanizes her very, very, very well. Stuff really hit the fan, however, when we started going into the content that volume 18 has within it. And oh my god, man, like Mio Takamiya, Spirit of Origin, obviously we had the reveal of Reina as well, but we really had like the union of the two halves and the Spirit of Origin. Like, she looks absolutely freaking amazing, and her power absolutely no joke as well. And I think they did an amazing job of just how they kind of displayed this, you know, the Spirit of Origin, because that is a word that describes her just awesome power. It was already really cool as well. Like volume 18, I believe, yeah, it did. Yeah, it had this really cool like color illustration of Shido facing off against Westcott. I think Shido's got like Sandal Farn. He's a bit like Battle Damage, and then you've got like Westcott kind of pulling this menacing pose in the side there. Their interaction was really, really cool, because obviously we got a bit of backstory on like Westcott, Ellen, Karrarin, and Elliot, kind of like fleshing out what they are and what they're about and whatnot. A really cool flashback backstory as well. I think a lot of the time that can be done and you are a bit like, oh, you know, they're not the main guys, you know, even if they are the villain, you know, we've got the Spirit of Origin going on now, you know, like that. But I think they did that really well to kind of flesh out their side bit, which was absolutely a freaking amazing. But like in terms of darkness, volume 18, like when they're going off against Mio and like the deaths where she's taking the Sepher crystals from them, like honestly, like you think back to like early season 1, those deaths, like everyone going and stuff, it was just, mate, I felt that. Like, I know what's going on, and I was watching that just like, no, and it was just, mate, what an absolute like kind of like production they've done on this. Obviously, we had the big moment as well with like Tenka and Toka, like, you know, that was huge, absolutely huge, and like their relationship, something like I'm very, very excited for the story to explore later on. But that was a really kind of nice teaser for it. But the biggest moment, and I've been anticipating this one in a yay and nay moment for so long, which was Shido finally using Zafkiel. Oh my god, like that moment gave me freaking chills. Like I'd seen it in like kind of like the shown it in the OP, hadn't they? And then I think we'd seen like some visuals through the trailers and whatnot, but like the moment, oh my god, it just came at the absolute peak of what was going on at the time. And I really, really freaking love how they had the you know, the season 1 OP music like playing in the background. Jesus H. Christmas. Was that amazing? And obviously that kind of like resets everything and puts us in a really interesting place for volume 19 and where, you know, what Date Alive season 5 is covering with that. I've got to say as well, a big shout out to that whole moment before Toka comes back, you know, where Shido's in absolute kind of despair. He's about ready to give up. Like the VAs for that, incredible work, and the visuals, and just seeing how broken and how, you know, helpless he was at that moment. Toka coming back, and we had like golden Toka for, you know, that part of the battle there where she started to get in, you know, a bit too close to Mio than she wanted. Absolutely amazing stuff. But yeah, there's another moment that I was very highly anticipating. You guys know me, I am a bit of a trashy DJ, and I love me some fan service, and Date Alive provides that for sure. In volume 19, there is a very, very lovely color illustration, right, of Reina, aka half of Mio, on a date with Shido in a hot tub. And like, Reina is top tier, man. She's absolutely top tier. I've always thought this in season 1. I'm like, you are the underdog here. And then obviously I learned about her, and I'm like, but absolutely amazing. So obviously we have Shido and Reina's date, and I want to say, for the noise, it was freaking noise, but also for the emotion in there as well. Obviously Shido having to be careful not to, you know, let her know that, you know, he's used Zafikiel and he's come back and he knows what's going to happen, and this date's obviously to try and seal her so that like the deaths of the spirits don't happen and whatnot. There's an undertone to it. They're both kind of saying what they're feeling, but they're saying it in a way where they're not giving anything away either there. And it was just such a beautiful couple of episodes there. And obviously we're getting back into the big, you know, final push again, because obviously this is where the end is coming. At the time of this making, episode 10 is the latest, so episode 11 has the moment I'm freaking so excited for, but it is not aired yet. So yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, obviously pause the video here and wait for that episode to come out, because I'm going to talk a little bit about it. But it is Karrarin Tokasaki moment. Oh my freaking lord. Yeah, so she obviously gains the power of Raziel, which was Nia's spirit there, and we get Kurumi in this really freaking beautiful attire, and she's obviously got the power of like both these Sephiras here. I'm not going to go into much more than that because I'm really super excited to check the episode out when that drops. But like, oh my god, wow, just wowzers. And I won't talk about how this season's going to end as well. What I will talk about though is that we still have 3 volumes left to adapt. So that's going to obviously be 20, 21, 22. I predict that we're probably going to get a final season. I don't think they'll go movie for this. I think it's going to be a final season, and I imagine the next season of Date Alive will be its final season, which is going to be a huge sad, but like 6 seasons of Date Alive, that is absolutely incredible. So super excited for it. I think Geek Toys have done an amazing job, and I've got to say the OP and ED for this season as well. The ED in particular, oh my geez, like mate, for those of us that knew the story of Mio and Shido and or Shinji, I should say, what an amazing, like the song choice for it as well. Everything was just so on point, and oh mate, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. But Date Alive season 5, have you been enjoying it? Are you excited for what's to come? Do you think it's going to be another season to finish off those 3 volumes? Or do you think maybe they are going to go down the movie route? It could be interesting to go down. I think I'd rather go for a season and take it from there. But oh, mate, so excited. It's going to be sad not to have Date Alive because we don't know when any more is going to come out. So while you wait for that, make sure to check out this video right here. Yeah, this video. This is going to show you all the new anime coming out this summer season. So yeah, enjoy that. Peace.